All right, everyone, welcome back for another episode of Carnivore Trades. Today is Monday, November 11th, 2024. If you're not done so already, please give the video a thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Come find me on carnivoretrades.com for swing trading alerts, analysis, and live day trading. Anyways, let's get into it today here. So, markets here up 14 cents on the spiders, so not really a ton going on. It is Veterans Day, and, bond market closed, banks are closed. But they're leaving the stock market open because the NYSE needs to collect their precious, fees and collect their little peanuts off of that, which is really kind of not much right now. Take a look at the volume here, about 345, and not even 25 million shares traded. So we'll finish with like 30 million or so. But again, volume very light, not surprising. Market's kind of just doing some very slight backing and filling right now. And if we look at, the intraday, we did do our first little bit of technical damage here. It's not much, but, you have a lower high and a lower low here on, you could make a case it's on the hourly. But either way, let's not make too much out of it here right now. There's a lot to talk about here, especially crypto. We'll obviously get into that. I think, however, small caps here, even though we have a little bit of damage, I think small caps, again, you got a 1.5% gain here on the Russell, another massive move. Maybe we can get to that all-time high first. That's 24446 on IWM. And it's right there. I mean, like, it's literally right there. RUT, it's like 20 points away, right? 2436. It's not even that far. And then the RTY futures, it's like 10. So I think this was a pre-market high, 2468 spot 8. I mean, we're right there. So it's not like it's that far off. Well, actually, yeah, it's like, 2460. Yeah, so it's like 12 points. So very close. We'll see if they try to overthrow that tomorrow. I do think that 245 IWM is max move for the week if they try to get up there. But we'll see if they try to get that out of the way. Again, it's hard to really make a ton out of today's action because the volume is so light and the participation is so low. But that would be kind of the level to watch, I suppose. Spiders, I don't think we get much past 600 this week. On the downside, I don't see us going much past 590. So I think it's going to be kind of more of a range-bound week. We have had a really nice rally here, obviously. And again, until there's no problems here with this market. I am seeing, a few signs of retail come off the sidelines. Maybe a little bit of euphoria. There's some, the screenshots of gains going around. Starting to hear people talk about, family members like, what? Oh, how about stocks? Let's get into the market. Should I get into the market? This, that. So you're starting to see that. That doesn't mean that we can't go higher, though. And these things tend to go on a lot longer than you think. In fact, Alan Greenspan's irrational exuberance comments came in, I think it was like 96 or 97. We all know what happened after that, so just be aware of those things. But yeah, the market's still pretty strong. We do have that kind of, let's use ES here. This is the first day where we made a higher high, but we're not going to close above the highs since that breakout. Again, you can see the hourly lower high there with the lower low. You can see it there during the cash session as well. So again, is the market crashing? No, but we're definitely due for some backing and filling, but I just wonder if they want to go and test that 245 on the IWM first. Tomorrow also, it would make sense because CPI is Wednesday. So, or maybe we pump it up on CPI, and then it's like a kind of a gap and crab situation where that's what gets us to finally, pull back here. But either way, again, market holding up. Lot of things running. Like, look at some of these stocks here. GoDaddy, UPST. Hey, look at ARK breaking out of a 900-day range. Like a lot of these small caps, as we just mentioned, are going right now. Tesla, 350. Massive move here. A lot of people are trying to fade this too. That's why it keeps going up. But you did get a doji today, so it might be tired. But again, I told you guys not to get in the way of this rally, and I told you there would be a very hated rally if the transports broke out, and that's definitely happened. Told you also not to be short in front of the election. But anyway, Qs here, down 81 cents. Again, SMH, a little bit weak, right? So Broadcom, TSM, NVIDIA down, SMH is going to be down. Dow Transports, which we talked about, new highs, new all-time, almost a new all-time high. Diamond up 63 cents. That may be a little top-heavy too, a little tail candle there on the daily. What's not backing off in technology is IGV. Again, 103.60. I don't know where the top is on this. So if you won't own that, keep trailing it. There's the transfers we talked about. Biotech, red today, but again, possibly on breakout here. So again, the strength is not in semiconductors. I've been telling you guys, don't chase those bloated pig semiconductor chip stocks. Chase things that haven't run yet that have nice patterns. Let's just skip over to crypto here. So normally we do this at the end, but Bitcoin here continuing to power up. We're about 287 as I'm doing this video. So I think it might have just done that. So there's 87. And I hear people talking about this. Oh, Bitcoin's overbought. Bitcoin's going too fast. It just based for 7 months, right? I said this back in April. Me and Josh from Crypto Fundamentals said, look, don't just let this go sideways until September, October, and then it will break out. Well, that's what it's doing. That's what a bull flag is. It's not overbought. Look at this monthly pattern. This is textbook. This is perfect. So stop trying to fade this too. I see people trying to get in front of this. What are you doing? It's at all-time highs. It's just based for months. It's on breakout. Don't get in front of that. ETH up 5.5. I don't love ETH's pattern as much because we got a lot of supply up here. Doge up another 18%. Look at that weekly base. Good pattern. You know, this might have upside to 35, 40. Kind of looks like silver, doesn't it? Yeah, pretty much everything though. XRP, Solana. You guys know I like Solana too. Still been pretty hot. So probably looking at like 240, 250 on that. Cardano shaping up too. This may have some resistance up here. But some of these are still acting really well. And again, crypto on breakout. That's the all-star right now. Even the crypto stocks, Mara, 30% gain. Riot, 16.5. So these are finally starting to catch up to price here. They've been laggards. Look at Hut, Hive. So market's trying to catch these up here. All right, anyways, let's flip back over here. And we'll talk about rates. When's deflation happening? You guys keep telling, not you guys, but people keep saying deflation's coming. Look at the yield curve. That's the 210. It's only positive by 4 basis points. You get one down day tomorrow when the bond market opens, we're going to be inverted again. And the Fed is cutting into this. The Fed is cutting into this. That's why you're seeing what you're seeing here. So 2-year, still expecting that to go to 4.4. The Fed funds should be around 4.6, 4.55 area. I think that'll update when the banks open tomorrow. So yield still strong. Long end again starting to flatten out just a little bit with 2 strong. Interesting. XHB still struggling with 120. It did hit it today. It can try to get through that by the end of the week. No problems there. VNQ still flagging on the weekly, no problems. XLF, new all-time high, new all-time closing high. Don't fight the market when financials are at all-time highs. KRE up 3 1/3. KBE at all-time highs. Broker-dealers at all-time highs. It's overbought. It's parabolic. It's on borrowed time, but doesn't mean it can't go higher. Oil, pretty good slice here. So this is a little bit at odds with yields right now. I don't think this is going to stay low for very long. I think this is partially down due to like the kind of like the Trump trade that's going on, but I think the market will, personally, I think this will get fixed soon in the form of it's not going to go much lower. This can't keep going down with yields going up for too long anyway. But oil got to hold 67. XLE, again, here you go. XLE at odds, and I told you guys, XLE doesn't need oil to go up in order to go up. So again, kind of a Trump trade thing here as well. Deregulation is good for these guys. XOP, higher high on the daily. OIH, working on it. I don't really love uranium right here on the daily, so we have a lower high right now. But the weekly is still pretty good here on CCJ. If it can firm back up and get like in the upper half of this green bar here, it's more likely to continue higher. But right now, there's still plenty of space for higher lows on URNM and URNJ, but I'd like to see them firm up kind of soon. Nat gas having a huge day, up 10 1/4. So let's talk about production cuts there. Also, looks like EU may be buying from us a little bit more. $3 is the big level, psych level, pivot, and then 310. But nice move there for nat gas that typically trades up into the end of November. Dollar index right into this big level here. So high, right there. Right, and then low, and then now high again. So X marks the spot. 105.50. This should be major resistance. So we should see a pullback here on the dollar, but you know, it's been really strong lately, and it's blown through a lot of levels that I thought it would pull back at, or at least stall out at. Gold, I think the highs are in for the foreseeable future, meaning kind of just, you know, not saying short it, but I'm just saying, you know, it may need to do one of these again, right? Look at the weekly. So it may need to just like digest this big up move. It's had a huge run, and it's had a good excuse to pull back with the events of last week, running up into that especially. I do like it at this level though, for a bounce anyway. Little area right here. Bouncing into that, nice little RSI divergence there on the 4-hour. So we'll see if that gets a bounce here, but I think that's it for right now. Silver continuing to back off, also below 31. I want to see it stay above that on a weekly close. But that may have some highs in. Again, it's not bearish. Big picture. Trust me, you do not want this going straight to $45 because it will go straight back down and you'll be sitting on that bag for the next decade. So slow is good. Platinum down 7 points. Still has a possible higher low, but we're below that trend line there. So that'd be a yellow flag. And then palladium still trying to find that pivot there. This is kind of what palladium does though. Up big, down big. Has plenty of room for higher lows though too. Copper, I'm not avoiding completely right now. I will just say though, on the weekly, as long as you're above 4,274, it's still slight bull bias. Already covered Bitcoin. It's still going higher. Yeah. Oh, it just backed off of 87 just a little bit. So backed off of 400 bucks. Got that going to at least the low 90s. Again, if you have that, if you got anything, I'm going to tell you the same thing I told you last week. Trail runners, make them stop you out. They've given you zero reason to get out of Bitcoin. They've given you zero reason to get out of IWM. They've given you zero reason to get out of ES. They've given you zero reason to get out of any of these things. Make the market, make the bears prove it. And just keep trailing runner positions and trail your stop up. That's really all you need to do at this point. So, anyways, guys, I'll wrap up here. Again, you guys take care. Come find me on carnivoretrades.com. See you guys all tomorrow.